welcome to Deep Dives with Dogs. Today's topic is the start of the American Civil War, or the um, taking of the base Fort Sumter. So, for those that are not aware, Fort Sumter is a base in South Carolina. It's a federal military base. It gets supplied before kind of all this goes down. Lincoln kind of knew. He's like, Lincoln's whole idea was we're not gonna fire on the South. We're not gonna be the ones to fire the first shot. That is not for a lot of reasons. One, Lincoln's a good politician. He understands the idea of the optics of that. If the federal troops fire first, well, that kind of goes to show like, hey, this is a war of aggression, things like that. But it's not. It's a war of defense, a war of reunification eventually. Um, and I mean, any good politician would have seen that, would understand that. And also, to be fair, the South didn't really have a right to the fortress as well. No, the base, not really a fortress. It's a base. The reason being, it was federal property. Yes, it was in South Carolina, and South Carolina did give the land to the government, but it's still federal property. It'd be like, and someone's explained this before, but like this, but it'd be like if I went to you and you gave me a plot of land because I said, hey, we're really good friends, or I bought it even, and I built a house on that land. And then later you say, well, I kind of want that land back actually. So can I have that back? And I say no. And then you get very upset at me and be like, oh, well, it's my land anyway. And that's not true. I bought it, or you gave it to me. It's not yours anymore. Um, it's kind of the idea. But yeah, Fort Sumter. In the initial shelling of Fort Sumter, nobody dies. You can really tell. It seems more like everyone kind of was just going through the motions of things. They were like, all right, we got to do this because it's the right thing. We got to do it this way. Blah 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 blah. And so everyone kind of just goes through the motions, and they fire upon the fort. The fort surrenders. And there is actually a death that is included with the Fort Sumter, but it has nothing to do with the attack. It has all to do with the surrender ceremony. So when they surrender, they lower the flag, they fire off a cannon. Well, during the firing of the cannon, something went wrong, and it goes off the wrong way, and it injures somebody, and that person eventually dies from that. Um, dies in that injury. It's a pretty horrific injury, but yeah, they die, and so then uh, that's the first death of the American Civil War, and obviously this starts the war. This is the start of the deadliest conflict in American history. Um, a lot of Americans obviously die in this war. Obviously, they're both sides are Americans at the end of the day, and uh, this war, realistically, there was no way to prevent it at this point. Uh, Lincoln could have done nothing to have prevented it. More or less, the South kind of secedes because he is elected. Now, realistically, they probably would have seceded anyway. There's no like, there's not really a good candidate that would have been uh, that would have changed how the course of things was going. If anything, more likely the candidate that they would have wanted, if their candidate would have gotten in, uh, then it would have been, oh yeah, you can secede just fine. But it's hard to say. Uh, Really, you have to blame kind of previous presidents on the, but at this, it's hard really because there's not really a good solution as to what could have happened, how things could have changed, stuff like that. There's not really a good way to have prevented this without changing dramatically parts of American history. But uh, it's hard to say. Uh, but this start to the war, I wonder how many people realize, you know, oh, how deadly and how awful this war was. You know, it's almost kind of like a premonition, you could say, or a a sign of the things are to come. With the idea that it's not the actual battle that killed the guy; it was the peace that killed him. And it's just, I wonder if there's a little bit of an irony there. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like. If you have any way I can improve these videos, leave a comment down below. It really helps making these videos better. And as always, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you.